A virtual world where your imagination is the only limit. What could be more magical? The Metaverse couldn't be a less wondrous place to hold business meetings with the bonus of doing that from the comfort of your home. Many tech giants recognize its immense potential and have busied themselves exploring it and establishing their dominance to reign over the virtual domain. Here are some of the top big tech companies with plans for the Metaverse. Number 14. As a long-standing player in the tech industry, Microsoft's exploration of the Metaverse is no surprise. Thanks to its holographic mesh domain, Microsoft has developed several meta-related apps, programs, and tools, some of which include Azure, Office 365, Windows, LinkedIn, and more. At the beginning of 2022, Microsoft announced that it would acquire Activision Blizzard, one of the world's biggest video game developers and publishers. CEO Satya Nadella didn't hesitate to bring up the Metaverse in his comments following the acquisition. In gaming, we see the Metaverse as a collection of communities and individual identities anchored in strong content franchises accessible on every device. He added that the deal would allow Amazon access to the building blocks it needed to build something meaningful and innovative for the Metaverse. 13. Decentraland is the first decentralized blockchain-powered space in the Metaverse. This is rising as the demand for NFTs and cryptocurrencies continues to rise in popularity. It's only possible to hold a conversation or go any place with the topic of cryptocurrency coming up. Decentraland bridges the gap between social media, digital marketplaces, and virtual reality. Once inside the three-dimensional virtual world browser, users can buy land as NFTs by spending on mana cryptocurrency. Number 12. Even Epic Games wasted no time jumping on the bandwagon. Since gaming is one of the most appealing things about the Metaverse, Epic Games naturally wanted a piece. Earlier this year, they invested over $2 billion to work on their Metaverse presence by obtaining funding from Sony and Kirkby. We don't have a lot of details about their projects yet, but we do know that their plan is to develop a new digital fan experience in sports. 11. Google's CEO finally discussed the company's plans for the Metaverse after several competitors invested in it. Google has invested around $39.5 million in a private equity fund in Metaverse projects. Sundar Pichai discussed the company's plans to use augmented reality to bring services like Google Maps and YouTube into the virtual landscape. Essentially, they want to allow users to step into their previous creations and experience them just as they would experience a physical edifice. Number 10. Tech Mahindra recently announced its Meta Village. This would be the first of its kind. A digital twin of Paragon in Maharashtra is essentially making learning more fun on Roblox. The company strengthened its commitment to the Make in India initiative by launching the Meta Village to drive educational innovation, especially at the grassroots level. By allowing students to learn while playing on Roblox, the Meta Village hopes to make learning the basics of computers and coding, Bharat Markup Language, BHAML, easier and more fun. Another one of Google's ambitious plans for the Metaverse includes Project Starline, a three-dimensional interface that uses AR, VR, computer vision, machine learning, real-time compression, and spatial audio to make virtual reality super smooth and more lifelike than ever before. And the goal is to make all that possible without a headset. 9. Amazon isn't far behind. This e-commerce giant has incorporated Metaverse technology into its platform. Thanks to their one-of-a-kind room decor tool, a VR shopping tool that allows customers to visualize their furniture through their smart devices, users can easily change things around their living space and see how it will look in reality without spending money on furniture and decor. A few months ago, Amazon also launched AWS Cloud Quest, an RPG that allows players to work on their cloud computing skills by solving puzzles, completing various quests, and earning points, all in a fully immersive virtual domain. Since Amazon's resources are virtually limitless, you can expect many more huge Metaverse-related announcements from them soon. Number 8. Then you have the Meta platforms themselves. There's this myth that's going around that the Metaverse is a domain owned entirely by none other than Mark Zuckerberg's Meta platforms. Zuckerberg has many plans and visions to dominate the Metaverse and usher in a huge change through the up-and-coming domain. He has indicated that his vision of the Metaverse is an embodied internet, essentially something that will allow users to break temporal and spatial limitations. The Meta company has been working on features to monetize the Metaverse while also improving its AR capabilities in the hopes of promising a better Metaverse future for users. Number 7. NVIDIA isn't much farther behind. They've recently become pretty popular in the tech domain. They're even one of the pioneers of the Metaverse ecosystem. So naturally, they have big plans for the domain. This leading semiconductor chip manufacturer has started to try its hand with the variety of the upcoming virtual world and has been actively searching for growth opportunities with the help of AI. They've even developed their very own software platform, which they call the Omniverse, so they can create different and more unique virtual spaces for their users to enjoy. Most recently, NVIDIA has shifted toward a more visually oriented representation of the Metaverse. Number 6. Apple is trying to enter the field through hardware penetration. As one of the biggest smartphone providers providers in the world, this is the best way for them to enter the field: iPhone replacement. According to Taiwanese Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, Apple will launch its first AR Wii very soon. The device is expected to include a lower-end and higher-end processor. The former will be for general computing, while the latter will focus on sensor-based computing. Mr. Kuo also discussed Apple's plans to potentially replace iPhones with AR wearables in the coming decade. 5. Tencent Holdings has also been taking careful steps into the metaverse. The Chinese company has already started developing extremely interactive games in the metaverse under a single common IP, or infrastructure, that will allow users to make their games. Exciting, isn't it? They've already invested in a handful of gaming companies like Epic Games and Roblox, and have even gotten a license from the latter to get started with Roblox China. This is one of China's most successful companies that have ever first stepped into the metaverse, even though their government has expressed concerns about the domain. 4. Alibaba is one of the few companies that has developed a company dedicated to exploring the metaverse. According to reports, they have invested around $1.6 million to fuel metaverse development projects. Some of the top executives at Alibaba hope to create a metaverse that will enable trading and communication. 3. Qualcomm has a vision for the domain as well. They've opened up an XR lab in Europe, collaborating with Microsoft to up their adoption of augmented reality, specifically for consumers and the enterprise sector. 2. Unity Software's dedication to planning for the metaverse began in 2021. Unity acquired Weta Digital, a digital VFX company, for over $1.6 billion. According to experts, this was a substantial investment, the first by the company to develop in the metaverse and create a point for the company's foundation in the upcoming virtual domain. Number 1, and we have, last but not least, Sony. Since they already own so many core technologies to the metaverse, they will surely be a part of this development in the tech world. The PlayStation VR headset was one of the first pieces of tech to introduce so many users to the virtual world, so it would be natural for them to equip the next generation of the same headsets with more functions related to the metaverse. Sony isn't just devoted to the gaming field. They've also cooperated with Manchester City to construct a virtual stadium based completely on the real one. Here, fans will be able to enjoy digital experiences and take part in interactive games. The metaverse isn't exactly a new concept. AR, VR, and even Microsoft Teams, to an extent, are all part of the implementation process of the metaverse. This domain is meant to parallel our universe, the ultimate goal for all tech giants. To put it concisely, the metaverse is a virtual world more interactive, immersive, interoperable, and deeply linked to the actual world than any other form of existing technology. Whether it's gaming software, semiconductor chips, cloud computing NFTs, VR headsets, or more, the metaverse is one of the most exciting things in the tech hub. It's also a huge opportunity for big brands to expand their reach and influence. Even though a lot of companies have become loosely affiliated with the brand, only the ones that have come up with well-thought-out plans and promising partnerships with the metaverse across a wide variety of projects will be able to have the biggest impact. That's a wrap for this video. Have you been following the news on the metaverse? Which company's investment are you most excited about? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.